What's up, everybody? Welcome back to They Said. I mean, I keep saying welcome back. It's another week. It's not the same day. But it's been what? It's been a couple weeks.
It's been a couple of weeks.
We were here.
We got kicked out by Robin S.
You guys didn't get kicked out. They didn't show up because Lee hurt his ankle.
I had a what?
He hurt his ankle playing softball.
My
so he didn't want to
kinkle.
show up.
Your kinkle.
My kinkle. It looks like a little elephant kinkle now, but yeah. Sorry, I couldn't dance. And not only that, Robin S. was understandably a part. She's a diva. She needed her space, and we couldn't come in earlier anyway, so it just worked. It worked out. How did it go?
It was awesome. It went real well. She performed. She was actually like, it wasn't just someone who showed up, sang her songs and left. It was in between every song. She was talking to the crowd, interacting, everything like that. It was a really good time. She sang like 4 or 5 songs. It was fun.
Oh, I wish I could be able to come here. You didn't come see it, did you?
I didn't. No, No, I didn't.
Like, I don't know where I was.
Know where I was.
And Anna's back. Anna, welcome back. Now that's a welcome back there. We haven't seen you in a while.
Thank you.
She was supposed to be with us last time, but something happened. We don't know. We're still waiting for the email.
To find out.
Yeah, she didn't even know. She just wasn't here.
Road rage. We know her history.
I had to get a new car. No, I'm just kidding.
Speaking of road rage, did you hear about that? They caught it on San Diego on the 8th. They have it on video.
Yes, the truck and the car. And
My God.
horrible.
It was.
Mine's not that bad. I'm smart about it. I don't let my anger fully get out of control.
No.
Not all the way.
It's just so stupid because she just ruined her car too. Like,
Yeah, and that insurance is gonna go up.
Because it's caught on video.
Yes.
Insurance isn't going to go up. Insurance is going to get removed.
Probably.
She's not going to have
Driver's
insurance after
license.
that.
I mean, if you
And
haven't
you
watched
can't
the clip
drive.
yet, we'll post it on the wall. But basically, this red truck is angry at this car for whatever reason, and witnesses says that the driver did like a double middle finger thing at the car driver, and for whatever reason, it veered in front of the car, and then they both went off and banged into the side, and the truck flips over. Dumbass.
The other car was like just pushing the truck.
And there was a fuel tank, not even like 2 cars away, that was coming up
Oh,
on the same
yeah.
lane. Idiots.
That's scary.
Idiots. Has either of you ever had any?
Well, remember I told
Road
you
rage?
last time? No, I don't have road rage, but I did crash a car.
I've been in car accidents, but I don't have road rage.
No.
There's no point. I mean, it's what? Like someone cuts you off, like, oh no, nothing impacted me. Like, if someone crashed into my car, it's a different story, you know what I mean? Like, then I'll be more upset, but it's like, oh no, you cut me off. Okay, you're gone. Doesn't bother me. I'm not gonna waste time and risk my own car.
So you're not like
or
Anna,
life.
where you pretend to have like a toy water gun and.
Yeah.
Spray paint it all black. And point it at people.
Oh my gosh. So, do you think any of your kids might take any of that and?
No, actually.
They take your traits.
Well, I think no. My son's kind of scary about his anger. He keeps it all inside, and then but once he hits the field, that's why he's in sports. He takes it all out on the field. Yeah, but he will never raise his voice. The minute he does, I'm like, "Excuse me," and then he's like, "I didn't mean it like that." I'm like, well, that's how it sounded.
Oh man, well I know I can get a little I wouldn't say aggressive on the road. I can get verbally aggressive with myself in the car because I know they can't hear me, and to me it's venting. However, the babe, he can really kind of lose it sometimes on the road and get to the point where he's about to cut people off, and he's doing better now though. He's doing a lot better with stuff like that, but I know. I'm kind of like you, Dustin. I kind of
The only thing
blow it
that
off.
is if you're going below the speed limit, that's annoying. But I can go around you. Like, it's whatever. Like,
For me, I'm always trying to keep my mileage number up. I'm always trying to get the best gas mileage, so
Yeah, see,
I'm
that's
not-
smart.
I always put my cruise control and.
Yeah. See, I just got a new car, and it tells me that I'm going too fast, so my gas mileage is depleting.
gas mileage is
Yeah.
best at 60.
Yeah.
Is when you'll get the best gas mileage for
I won't
gas
go
at
60,
but
but-
it's below the speed limit.
yeah.
No one's
Yeah.
gonna, no one's gonna
That's
go
like
60.
the little car to go. That
Yeah.
goes 60.
But if you took your car, if you went on a cross country road trip going 60, you get a lot further than you do going 80. It's funny.
Think so?
Oh yeah.
I think it's only a matter of minutes, the difference.
I don't think so.
Because going 80, you're getting there. You're thinking you're getting there so much faster, but you're gonna have to fill up a lot quicker.
Maybe. All I know is when I went through Utah, they have the 85 mile per hour speed zone, and I was like 105. And I got there like in 11 hours, 10 and a half to 11 hours. It was pretty fast. It didn't take me very
Driving through where?
long. Salt Lake City in
Salt
Utah. When you get into Utah, the speed limit's 85. And they have that in parts of Texas too. I remember driving from El Paso to San Antonio. It is pretty fast. Jamie's back.
I'm back.
Yay!
So I think the last time you guys were here was when I was filming, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did we do one in between?
I'm trying to remember we did one. I don't believe we did. No.
No.
No, because
Wow.
Vanessa was here.
Oh yeah. That's
Yeah.
right.
Courtney would have been here tonight, but she had the
P-flag.
Planned Parent. Yeah.
Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood. She had a she had
P-flag.
P flag.
She did not go to Planned Parenthood.
Someone's got a big surprise. No. I switched from wine to margarita tonight. I'm amazed that you guys have limes.
Oh yeah, gotta pay a little bit more for them.
Yeah,
I know.
expensive.
Yeah.
Speaking of Courtney, did you guys see that thing online today that was the anti-gay demonstrator and like some girl went up and threw a slushie on her?
I saw that post. I didn't watch the video.
What happened?
I guess in Michigan there was this lady that was she had a sign for Mother's Day that said, "Thank your mother that you're not gay," and like so the news was there, and right when the news got there, this young girl, she took a slushie and like just threw it on her.
Good for her.
It's hilarious. She gleed her.
Yeah, she totally gleed her. It reminded me of Courtney. I was like, oh, we're gonna talk about that tonight if Courtney's there.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Oh.
I guess that was like the only bad thing that happened, that she got a slushie thrown on her.
Yeah.
But there was like other guys that came and stood with their own signs, like thank your mother thank your mother that you're not a bigot or something like that.
Oh yeah.
So-
See, that's
Like,
a good one.
And they just stood there with their signs, taught nothing, like no.
Just not saying anything to him.
Yeah,
just-
just
Well, that brings up a good topic, though, because when you think about it, there's been a lot of controversy lately with the twins on HGTV who were anti-gay
yes.
and their show was canceled, or HGTV did not take on the show because of their content. It kind of makes me think about some things like that, because even though I thought the lady you're describing, the mom with the thank your mother, you're not gay, is entirely stupid. That was an idiotic message. But was it right to throw a slushie on her for voicing her own personal opinion?
no. Well, some people might say yes, but I just thought it was just a little too much.
Punch him.
It
Threw a
was more.
slushie on him. Like,
It was, I like more of like the other guys that just came with their
Yeah.
own signs and stood right next to
Right, and that's equal.
I like
mean,
that.
it's balanced.
There's
I
no-
agree.
it's
I
a-
like
it's
that.
a
The
peaceful
signs that you know.
protest, you know.
Because eventually, our opinion is not going to be someone else's opinion. So is that going to give them license to throw something at us, whatever, be it slushy or something worse? I was a little uncomfortable with the whole HGTV thing, because the show that they were going to have, if you didn't know, there was these twin brothers who have anti-gay views. Their father is a pastor who is advocating for biblical law on the stoning of gays and the death penalty for adulterers and stuff like that. But their show had nothing to do with that. Their show is entirely based on remodeling and stuff like that.
Yeah, but you don't think like they would say stuff like that on,
Well, if they did.
on their show? Come on, you can't be preaching hate and
But are they preaching hate?
they are, yeah. But you
On their
know,
own time, yeah.
On their own time, that's fine, but not on
Not when
entertainment
you're,
time.
not when you're a television, like you're
Yeah.
public like that.
as a
Yeah.
television network, if you know that people have a very public viewpoint and there are a lot of people who don't like them, why would you want to bring that drama onto your network?
Exactly.
There's no way you're going to get the best ratings possible. Why? Because half the country hates them. And those people might also stop watching the rest of your shows. It's smart as a television company, like, no, sorry, we
So
don't
then
want it.
how is that different from us disagreeing with the use of transgender slurs that come up when we're saying you can't use these words because it offends a certain group of people? Now we're doing the same thing with these guys who happen to be Christian. I think, again, their opinions are dumb. I don't agree with them at all. I just think it's kind of odd to hold them accountable for a show that has nothing to do with those opinions. If they
Right.
put them on their show.
But the show is not just, they're not just going to talk about remodeling and drywall and this and that. They're going to be expressing their opinions, their own feelings as well. It's a public show.
I mean, we don't know for sure. No one's watched the show because it doesn't exist.
It didn't happen.
But there could be other reasons why the show didn't happen as well. And that's just the one thing that's coming up. But
That's true. That's true. They never said exactly why the show never aired. They never said it. The chick on Fox, stupid chick,
Elizabeth
was
Hasselbeck?
like, yeah, she was like, obviously we all know why.
We don't.
No, we don't. There's never been a fact or.
I did read something that those two, the brothers, they did try to stop the Pride event in North Carolina.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yes.
A city in North
They
Carolina.
were trying to like.
Now, that's a different
deny
thing.
All the permits for this event.
But you know what? Like,
Yes.
you like Lee was saying, like, how is it different from using transsexual words like offensively, transgender slurs and everything like that? But it's nowhere near the same because they don't want someone who's hateful at all on TV. It doesn't matter what you're hateful of. Like, it doesn't matter if you don't like if you don't like a community. Why would they include you on their network? And you're open about that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that it's towards gay people. If it was towards a certain race, I think it'd be the same thing. If they were openly like no, we're trying to get it passed so Mexicans can't vote in the state of North Carolina, they'd be like, we don't want you.
Yeah. Well, also too, we have to also remember that Logo is a gay network, so that HGTV is not a gay network, but so.
But they have a huge gay following.
Oh, I'm sure,
The
yeah.
lesbians and Home Depot, I mean, they're all connected.
And the
So,
interior designer, gay
HGTV.
interior designer.
The gay interior
I know.
designers.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, I can see why HGTV was smart about pulling the show.
Mm-hmm.
As far as Logo and RuPaul's Drag Race, it's a gay network. Like, people say tranny, people say, sis that walk. They like really, for me, I was gonna say this last time, like, for me, it doesn't really bother me because I know that she's not doing it to hurt anybody, to offend anybody. She just grew up in the 80s and 90s, and that's her. She makes her
Yeah.
living as a female impersonator. And so for me, I'm just like,
And as one of the first really
you need to grow
mainstream
some balls
Yes.
or untuck the ones you have.
Yes.
Like RuPaul did a lot for that
Yeah,
community.
she was a huge advocate
Yeah.
of gay rights, trans rights, like, and so I just think people just are so
and
overly
to think that
sensitive these days.
to think that she's offensive or hateful or anything like that is just ridiculous.
That's so ridiculous. Because she
Yeah,
always
I know.
preaches about self-love,
Yeah.
love
Love
all
yourself.
of that. So I think some people are just overly sensitive.
Some. I mean, yeah.
Most.
I mean, I'm included. I also get overly sensitive on issues like this, and then when it becomes such big news, I kind of rethink it. And I mean, I get the whole RuPaul thing, which tonight is the recap.
The recap.
So when you're watching this, we have already done it. We have seen the video. I've seen the video. Have you seen the video?
Haven't seen it yet.
Oh, Sissy That Walk, while we can still say Sissy. So we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back. We're going to finish our discussion on RuPaul and other topics. Be right back. Sissy That Walk. That's a cute video. It was really good. And Bianca Del Rio did pretty well the way she's doing it. But I have to admit, Adore just owns the video. She knows what she's doing. She's singing. I can't believe you're not watching this, Anna or Dustin. I mean, you're just like, oh.
So how are you, Team Bianca still?
I think I'm both, okay, I think Bianca's gonna win. I think Adore will be second. I think they're gonna see through Courtney because she's, like they say, she just does the pretty
She's
thing.
just pretty, yeah.
But
But she is also really good friends with RuPaul too, so. But
Is she really?
It's, yeah.
Oh.
I see them out.
Well,
they're always gonna be
I always
hugging.
find it funny when
I'm disagreeing
Australians,
with you guys. I can't disagree.
I noticed throughout the show that I find it weird when Australians, because I have a couple Australian friends, when they try to imitate black accent, it always comes off weird. And Courtney's done
Like
it a
when
couple
they,
of times.
They come out, like, speak like Ebonics or whatever.
Well, when Courtney does, like, they did little side interviews by themselves and stuff, and Courtney would be like, oh, yes, ma'am, I'm doing it. And the way she sounds, whenever I hear an Australian trying to talk like a southern black person,
Yeah.
it's just the strangest thing. It almost sounds like it's mockery, but I know it's not.
I guess
because
that was the whole issue with the
It's just-
Estranja, because she was always like, "Oh yes, God."
Oh.
You know, it was so annoying.
that bitch was a mess.
But that's actually how she like talks in like real life.
You think so?
Yeah, I've seen her out a couple times, and like that's just her. She's just a big old stoner pothead, and she thinks she is everything. She's Fia.
She's a
like,
stoner pothead who talks like she's on meth. That's,
Yeah.
It's a good combination.
wow.
Sounds like someone I want to party with.
So,
So I'm excited to see who wins. I think it's gonna be Adore.
Adore,
Yeah.
maybe. I'll stick with Bianca. I think she's paid her dues.
Maybe she'll come back and win on All Stars.
Bianca. Oh,
Yeah.
didn't Chad Michaels do it that way?
That's
Yeah.
how Chad Michaels.
All right.
And, you know,
Okay, I'll
Chad
give him
Michaels
that.
is seasoned. Love her.
Michaels. Oh, Michaels. Speaking of Michaels, Michael Sam.
Oh yeah.
That's been a pretty big week in gay rights overall.
Yep.
Yeah.
Arkansas judge has declared their constitution is against our constitution, the U.S. Constitution. So for now, gay marriage is allowed in Arkansas while they try to get an appeal.
Yay, Arkansas.
And the NFL drafted its first openly gay player, Michael Sam, in the 7th round to
Who's in an interracial relationship
ring.
too.
who's in an interracial relationship.
Oh yes.
I wonder who's getting rammed there.
Well. But yeah, I was excited
seen
to see that
pictures,
this
so.
morning. And the whole kiss thing, I thought it was
Stupid.
beautiful.
I mean, I think the kids are
It
beautiful,
was
yeah.
awesome.
I think the
brought me
controversy is
to
stupid.
tears.
So it was. I watched the entire NFL draft. So coming down to the 7th round, and obviously like they started bringing it up whether he would get drafted or not
At all.
because
Yeah.
he was a great college player,
Oh my
and
God.
that's what people didn't realize. Like even though he was like the defensive player of the year in the SEC, which is the best conference, the position he plays doesn't exist really for very many teams in the NFL because he plays the 4-3 defensive end, and only like 6 teams in the NFL still use the 4-3. So because of that, he couldn't really go to most teams. Like he wouldn't have fit, and no one's gonna just draft
Draft.
someone to not play them.
Right.
But
they
St.
always
Louis,
get drafted with the position that the
yeah,
team needs.
it's what they need and what could fit their scheme. And he's played at Missouri, and St. Louis is not too far away.
So he's got a fan base.
Yeah,
They're
so
all
the fan
ready
base,
to go.
it's already like local. It's perfect. Like him going there, he's played in that stadium before. They played like a bowl game there, and he fits their scheme as a third pass rusher because they have 2 really good ones already that he can learn from, and now he can fit in there and play a couple downs a game kind of thing if he performs well in training camp and everything and makes the team, which
And everybody knows that he's a great performer.
yeah, the way you see like when he's on the field, he plays really well, but his numbers at the combine and stuff like that he didn't do well. Like he didn't run that fast, he didn't jump that high, and he didn't do that many push-ups. Or sorry, bench press reps, which matters a lot to those teams because that's where you're seeing like, okay, well that's all these people who play the same position were able to do this much.
Yeah, you're seeing their strength.
Yeah,
their
how come
agility.
you're not able to
Yeah.
do as much? And that's why he fell so far. But he still got drafted by the perfect team for him in reality. And then and I watched it live, and it was very obvious it was happening because during the 6th and 7th round, they don't show anyone walk up to the podium to read the name. They just play it over like the loudspeaker or whatever, and the commentators just keep talking about it. And all of a sudden they're like, all right, and we're going to go to the podium to see maybe this is the pick that he gets taken. And we're like, you haven't shown anyone go to the podium for like 2 hours. Of course he's
Yeah.
going to get taken now. Like, and they went and he got taken and everything. And they showed, first they showed just the picture of him getting the phone call, and you could see he's crying. And then they showed the video of it, which was awesome. And I mean, every player gets drafted. And I was talking to you about this earlier, Lee. Every player gets drafted, other than like a select few who are just like too full of themselves, cry when they get drafted.
yeah.
Yes.
Like the very first player in the draft was known to be the first
The
pick
first round
for like
pick. Yeah.
months, like before
Yeah.
the last
Manziel?
season. Jadavion Clowney.
Oh, who's Manziel?
Johnny Manziel.
Johnny
was
Manziel,
he was a
he's a
quarterback.
quarterback.
He went like halfway through the first round.
Yeah.
But everyone knew he was going to be the first pick. He got picked, crying because it's your lifelong dream.
your
You know what I
dream,
mean? Like
yeah.
he's played 18 to 21 years or whatever, going for the same thing really. And to finally get drafted, like he's going to be ecstatic. And so they showed Michael Sam then getting the phone call from the Rams, And that's what the phone call is. It's not from the league or anything like that. It's the coach or the general manager calling and saying like, "Hey, we're about to pick you." And you'd see he got super emotional, was crying and everything like that, just like everyone else. And then they showed him and his partner kiss multiple times. I thought it was awesome. The only part where I thought was strange about it is then they went back to him later. So because they show everyone else get drafted and stuff like that, and they'll show that clip, and it's always incredible. But they never really ever go back.
Yeah.
It's like they show it, they talk about the player and everything. But then like 20 minutes later, they went and they had him they showed him cutting a cake.
Oh yeah.
And smashing it into his boyfriend's face. I'm like, why are they showing him eat cake right now?
I didn't see that part.
Yeah, I was like, this is why are they? That was where it was like, this is where you're trying to put too much into it. Like it's already happened. He got drafted. They showed the kiss.
So you say they're exploiting it?
Yes, they were exploiting it.
At that point,
Yes.
I think they were. I don't think they were before, but when they went back to it, it was like, it's weird that you didn't it's obvious because you didn't do this for any other player of the hundreds and hundreds that were drafted, and you do it for the one. Like it's obvious to everyone who's watching. It was, and then it was it basically looked like how it looks at a wedding. Like when you cut the cake, you smash it in your partner's face and everything like that, and it was just like,
It's a little too much production.
This is strange. Like, just eat the cake. Like, you guys didn't get married right now. Like, you got drafted. Eat the cake.
So what do you guys think about all the backlash? Like, with that Don Jones from Miami, who was like...
He tweeted horrible
children
oh my
are
God.
watching.
Children are
innocent
watching.
eyes. And then, I guess there's some kid...
15-year-old who told his dad he was gay.
Oh, no.
Oh, 15-year-old watching the draft and saw this, immediately ran to his father and told him that he was gay.
Oh, wow.
And because of this, it helped him to let him know, and his father was proud of him, basically.
That's awesome. And there was tons of players, like it sucks, there's that one guy who, everyone knew there was going to be. There's going to be some idiot who came out and did something stupid. But so many players from around the league came out right away and so happy for him, good luck, man, and there was so much support over the whole league, which is so good to see because the NFL is thought to be all these macho dudes who can't deal with gay people or anything like that. But obviously, there's
so many gay football players.
There's a lot of gay football players who just aren't aren't out yet or anything like that for whatever their own personal reason is and everything. But I think there might be other players that they know who is and who's not, and I think it's much more accepting than people realize.
Yeah.
And this is going to start happening. I think it's more of certain fans that aren't accepting.
But there's a very important question there. What football players have you done? What? What did you say? I heard that. What? What is that?
Can you say?
I can't say because he still plays for Michigan State.
Oh!
That's all I'm giving you.
Yeah. No more info. When he retires, we'll find out.
Possibly.
But no, did you see he went? Michael Sam and his boyfriend went and celebrated it in Vegas.
Okay.
The day after the draft.
Oh yeah, I saw
Or
that.
it was either the night
Is that
of or
where
the
the
day
mimosa
after.
pictures came from?
No, wait, today's the day after, right?
Yeah. Wait.
I saw mimosa pictures.
Sunday was the day after.
Okay, so whatever.
He went
to Vegas.
Saturday night.
He went Saturday night. Him
Yeah.
and his boyfriend went to Vegas. And Richard Sherman, who was the cornerback for Seattle, who just won the Super Bowl trophy, happened to be at the same club. So Michael Sam went up and the DJ announced him and everything, brought him into the DJ booth and was like, everybody, Michael Sam's here in Vegas and one of the biggest clubs, and everyone went crazy. And Richard Sherman was down there and invited him and his boyfriend down to their VIP, and they drank all night together and everything.
Yeah.
So what do you
I
think about the
congratulated him.
terminology? What do you think about the terminology?
What
I mean, I keep
terminology?
hearing people talking about it. They keep referring to him as his significant other. And I'm like, you're saying boyfriend.
Yeah.
I would never say boyfriend, but because to me, when you say boyfriend, it sounds like a teenage thing. What do you think? What do you think, Anna?
I mean, if they're not, oh, sorry, you go first.
No, go ahead.
I mean, I was gonna say, me personally, if you're not, if you're married, it's your husband or wife. Otherwise, it's your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your significant other, your partner, and they all mean the same thing to me. It's just different ways of saying it. But it's either that, fiance, husband, wife. I feel like those are the three levels that it comes down to.
I think it's more of a, not only the age, I wouldn't say my girlfriend. If my wife and I were dating, I would say my partner. So, but as a younger person, I would have said girlfriend.
Right.
So I think it just depends on the age and what you feel comfortable with. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, like, and how long you guys have been together too?
Yes.
Because usually if it's your girlfriend, like you've been together for maybe 6 months to a year, or maybe. But then like when things get a little bit more serious, and then she becomes your fiance,
Yeah.
and
Your other half.
a life
Other half,
partner.
yes.
Like
All I know is them two, Michael Sam and Cameron blah blah blah.
I don't know his name.
Hot.
it's Vito something.
They're
Vito
pretty
Kim.
hot. The boyfriend's got a nice little swimmer's build on him. That's all I
He's a
know.
swimmer.
He
Yeah.
probably
built.
is a swimmer.
He's a swimmer.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
He's shorter than I thought he would be, though.
Ooh.
For like usually,
Michael Sam's 6'2", right?
but usually swimmers are pretty tall.
Are they?
Yeah, like Michael
Well,
Phelps and Ryan
Tom
Lochte
Daley-
and stuff like that. Those guys
Yeah,
are pretty
they
tall.
are. They are.
Because
How tall is
their
Tom
length
Daley?
like, helps out.
6 foot, I think.
Tom Daley is, and
6'4".
Jack Lock.
Wasn't Greg Louganis short? I thought he was pretty short.
I think most like I don't know this for sure, but I think like most like Olympic swimmers, like people have, like that are that good are like around
the
6
bigger
feet
wing-
tall.
a
Yeah,
wingspan.
yeah, because your arms and legs
Yeah,
have
it gives you power.
Gives you that edge.
pull through.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
You're a
So
little
did you
bit
do
taller,
these football
so-
players in the locker room?
No.
No.
It was in Michigan State. We dated for a while, but then he did the whole marriage thing.
Oh.
Yeah, but now they're divorced.
And he plays at
wonder
Michigan
why.
Things
State.
are looking up.
He's gotta be like 20 years old and he's already gotten married and divorced.
Yep.
So has your son has he said anything about this draft thing? Is anything going on at school? Do they have any gay players on his team?
Yeah.
They do have gay players on their
Uh-huh.
team.
Oh yeah, and they're open.
Uh-huh.
And none of the other kids care. And if anybody else picks on them, well, the whole team will stand up for them.
That's awesome.
I think what it comes down to is, for the last however long television has been going and however long we've been doing these NFL draft picks, we've always seen people getting emotional because this is their lifelong dream. We've always seen people hugging, embracing the people who support them and who love them.
And who are there?
Right.
Yeah.
And so I'm a little disgusted when I see people like this guy from the Dolphins and tweeting things out like that, because by the virtue of the act itself, it's exactly the same as what any other human being would do. And for them to point it out, it's pretty shitty. And then on his big day of all days, it's pretty shitty.
Yes.
Well, you know what?
Yes.
If
But
you know
there's
what? If you don't
always
like it,
haters.
you can turn the TV
Turn the
off. You can
TV.
change the channel. Like,
And
there's-
then all these
Support his
Christian
team.
people are saying that they're gonna boycott the NFL. Shouldn't they be
they're
in
not
church
going to
anyway?
boycott the NFL.
I
Should
just
they
know
be like
that
in
Yeah.
church?
Yeah.
Michael Sam's jersey is already on back.
It's
Number two.
It is.
It's
It's,
the
it's
number
number
two.
two.
It's number 2 selling behind Johnny Manziel.
Yeah.
Because every person who lives anywhere near Cleveland has bought that jersey.
Johnny Manziel is an awesome quarterback. I know he's only a second year sophomore, and he
He played
might.
through 2 years.
Yes, so he's a second year.
I absolutely love this conversation because Kiki would just be completely fainting, dead from boredom. But I'm actually, go ahead.
That's true.
I love this.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for that. And you know, the power of that gay dollar.
Exactly.
Yes, that's what I was saying. I told my wife, I told my son, when Michael Sanders came out, I said, whoever picks him up, that merchandise, that business is gonna boom because gay people like to buy
Oh, I
stuff.
saw multiple people in the community post that they're Rams fans now.
Yeah.
Like, I definitely saw that. And I
If
mean,
they weren't football
like, hey, you know
players,
what?
they're
Like,
football players.
if you're going to cheer for the Rams, go
fans
ahead.
now.
You're going to have to deal with a lot of disappointment, but if you're going to support a team, support
Wow.
the team.
Support, yeah.
Rams, I mean, the Rams have young talent, so hopefully they end up being good. So Michael's saying we be part of a winning team and everything like that. But they're in a hard division with 2 of the best teams in the NFL. So
We'll see. Sometimes all you need is a little fairy.
Fairy dust, fairy dust, fairy dust.
And with that, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back. Okay. Well, that was a nice little break. We are just looking over some and other interesting news of the world. What the hell did Jay-Z say to Solange?
I know, she just went off on him, like,
It was horrible.
As soon as they got into that hotel or the elevator, she was like in his face.
in his face. That's true.
All we know is Jay-Z, Bebe, Solange, and a bodyguard went to a party.
at the
They were
man-
there for
after party.
45 minutes and then left through an elevator that did not exactly go down to the first floor. Took a while. And doors open and Jay-Z was ruffled. So there's a hashtag. Is that what y'all taught me?
Hashtag.
Hashtag. What Jay-Z said to Solange because she kicked his ass.
She didn't kick his ass. Well, she actually like technically kicked him in the ass, but
Yeah.
like she didn't kick. In reality, she might have got like a couple like little kicks on him and stuff like that. But
She
Jay-Z
threw her
was
phone and purse at him.
yeah. Jay-Z just leaned back and when her heel almost caught her, he like caught her foot for a second
Yeah.
and then
And
let
she
it back
flipped
down.
backwards. It was like the Matrix. It was,
She was running around like a crazy
Interesting.
person, but he was very seemingly mature about it. Like we don't know what he said or anything like that, but he handled the situation very well.
well, Musioka said that he told her you would get more album sales if you changed your name to Beyonce's sister. Was one of the things that was said.
I actually like her music more than I like Beyonce.
I didn't know she had any music.
Yeah,
I actually saw her perform live once.
really.
Yeah.
Or maybe
it was because I was on the. I went to the filming of Dick Clark's Rockin' New Year's Eve,
Oh.
or New Year's
Okay.
Rockin' Eve, and so you go and like it's in like October and we're like dancing and stuff like that. And I got to see it was like Robin Thicke back. This was a couple years ago too, but it was like Robin Thicke, Neo, Will I Am, and her performing. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I actually like her music more than I like Beyonce.
Yeah,
Like
she's
she
saying.
has a couple of really good songs but yeah, she's not played as much because Beyonce is the breadwinner in that family.
Yeah.
Like, so, but no, she has actually really couple good songs like Sandcastles and
Well, another thing that was said is you can't babysit Blue Ivy anymore. You're going to have to find a new source of income now. Or what's your name again?
That's a good one.
excuse me, who are you?
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean,
Why are you in this elevator? We said no fans.
I'm just, I don't understand. I mean, now I'm really curious. This is just as juicy as when Janet Jackson tried to do a WAP ass on Paris a few years back when they were having that, when she tried to grab that cell phone out of her hand and they were in that custody battle between Michael Jackson's kids and Janet was all, she was all Gary Indiana on their ass. She was just,
I mean, it's probably, like, honestly, it's probably family drama. It's probably something that's just in between them been going on for a while or something like that, and something got said to spark it, because I don't know what he could have said to make her go off the edge that much, so I'm assuming it had to have added up over time
Yeah.
for her to go that crazy.
Well, have y'all ever had that moment?
I mean, well, for me, like, if anybody talks shit about my family, I'm gonna be like, oh, hell no. But so, like, I just read another thing that, like, maybe somebody, like, she was defending Beyonce and something that was said, or so
Beyonce was there, though, and, like,
she
super
was there, but
calm
she
the
was
whole
calm and
time.
quiet. She didn't do anything. Like, she just let it happen.
She didn't want to get any of her
Yeah,
plastic
she's
surgery
like-
messed up. I mean, it's just.
She hasn't had plastic
Oh,
surgery.
girl, please.
No,
Stop
girl.
talking crap about
No.
Beyonce.
She's got that bayou
I don't know
skin,
about
French, Canadian, French, and Indian, and all that.
And Botox.
Beautiful skin.
And Botox. Botox, I don't know if
But-
that's considered plastic surgery.
No, it's
No.
not. It's freezing your face.
Yeah.
and fillers,
I had one time, and this was really bad, and I'm almost embarrassed to admit it, but there was one time when I had a boyfriend, and we were driving in the car, and we were just arguing the whole way through, and it just got so intense that he pulled over to the road, on the side of the road, and we just started screaming at the top of our lungs at each other. And next thing I know, he popped me in the face. And I just remember thinking like, this bitch just popped me in the face. And I don't know what happened, but
Like a
we just
slap?
went back and forth with each other. Poor boy was kind of, gravitationally challenged. And of course, he just lost steam halfway through it. He was like, ugh. And I was just my gay ass was wearing white jeans and polka dot shirt because Madonna was big with Truth or Dare back then. I'm all
You
bloody.
guys are just fighting in a car.
We're just fighting in the car.
Madonna. Sure.
His blind cousin was in the back screaming at us.
blind
Didn't know what was going on. Gets out of the car, starts walking up the street, cursing.
You're making this
No,
up.
this actually happened.
That's even worse.
This was before Jerry Springer, so that's why I kind of believe
way.
half the stuff that comes out on Jerry Springer.
You're saying it was before Jerry Springer.
This is before Jerry
There's
Springer.
no way. You're
This
not
is
that old.
1994.
You're not that old.
This is 1994 when this happened. And I just remember it was the first fist fight. No, it was the first fist fight where I participated in. But I just remember thinking that I just remember my mind turned off and we were just hitting each other.
I can't believe
You guys went to the primitive part of your brains.
We did.
And
You blacked out, just swinging.
And we were spooning an hour later. We were spooning an hour later, it was done. We
an hour later?
We were just,
I would have
because
been tired after 10 minutes.
oh my God, but you know what? I've seen some worse fights between lesbians, so I'm telling you now.
No,
I-
I believe it. I
I've
believe
seen
it.
them pulling hair, dragging them across
both
the
get
deck.
taken away by the cops and in jail.
That's like Bourbon Street on Sundays. Or Soleil.
Lovers quarrels are the worst.
Oh my God.
And honestly, I think they're just as lovers quarrels are just as bad within straight couples. But most of the time, you don't see them ever get to that physical level. Sometimes it does, but because of the fact that it's the opposite sex. So even if the girl hits the guy, most of the time he doesn't go back. But if it's two girls or two guys, they're totally fine with hitting each other.
Girl, and they
Yeah,
know, and they
that's
know,
true.
gay guys and straight girl and lesbians, when they fight, they know where to go, to the face.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah, that is true.
that is
They'll
true.
go right to that face and just beat your face up. Not with the makeup brush, but with their fist.
Yeah.
And so you're walking around trying to be all pretty with a black eye.
And there's scratches in your face.
Scratches.
Fuck that, I'll kick you in the nuts. You don't bother me for 3 days after. That's all I know. No, fuck that.
I actually got into it with my brother-in-law.
Ooh.
Over.
Are you kicking him like that?
Is it road rage?
I wanted to kick him, but he was trying to take my sister gave me a dog, and he was trying to take the dog from me because that was my punishment according to him. And I was like, you ain't taking my dog. And I told my mom to call the cops, and my mom was on the phone with the cops. Well, he's border patrol, so he busted out his gun and pointed it at me. And I said, all right, shoot me. You shoot me over the dog, you're gonna have to shoot me, because the dog was for my son, and he was 5 at the time, and he was in the room with me, and so he's crying over his dog because my brother-in-law, my ex-brother-in-law, because they're divorced now, grabbed the dog by the collar, so he was choking her, and I was punching him. And so he couldn't handle the dog and me punching him at the same time. So he let go of the dog and pulled out his gun. And I was like, oh yeah, you pulled out your gun in front of my son?
How old was he at the time?
Who, my son?
Yeah.
5. He was 5 years old. And so I kept talking shit. That didn't stop me. He didn't scare me, because that's all he's about. He's a real asshole that's just, he thinks he's the man or whatever. Anyways, that was
I totally get it.
The lesson is, if you ever think your family drama's bad,
I think
unless your in-laws pulled a gun on you, you're fine.
I think
it is not that bad.
I think it's a Latin thing, because I swear, there's that time when I don't fucking care. You're gonna, even if I'm wrong at this point, I'm so angry.
Yes.
Yes,
chanclas will be flying. Oh, I'm telling you, I grabbed whatever I could, and my mom was freaking out and crying because at this point we were from out of my bedroom into the kitchen and going into the living room, and then finally the cop gets there. I'm telling the cop, he pulled out his gun on me. The cop turns around and is like, you got a gun? And he goes, yeah, I'm border patrol. And then he goes, all right, don't put it away. And I was like, oh, hell no. And so there I go again. And I was like, I can't believe it. Blah, blah. And then the cop was like, you know what? I'm not going to stay here and babysit this. You guys take care of it. And then I was
Here's your gun. 2 hours later, there Kaleem was having tamales.
Right.
It was all done with. Oh. That sounds like Sunday Fun Day
Family drama.
in Chula Vista. Chula Vista Chronicles. Oh my God. No, so you never lost your temper with anyone like that, Dustin?
Oh, I've lost my temper before, but you guys have known me for a good amount of time now, I feel like, and I don't think any of you have ever seen me mad. I don't get mad very often, so when I do, it's very noticeable. Like when I get angry, and it's not like a fight usually, because especially if it's like in a relationship, something gets me to that point where I've lost my temper and I'm yelling or something like that. the other person to realize.
So
like,
yours is like a slow arsenic poisoning, right? You're just like slowly.
I mean, I get over most stuff. Like I let most stuff just go by because most things don't bother me that much. I don't really care. Life's too short, really.
Yeah.
But
You know how to just breathe.
yeah, but if something happens that like gets me to that point, it's usually has to do with like my family or friends at that point. And yeah, that's when I'll go off the edge. Like I jumped out of my girlfriend's car once when she was still driving. She started talking shit about my friends.
I've done that.
I jumped out of a car.
Moving cars, moving
Yeah.
vehicles, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of.
Yeah.
She was in a residential. It wasn't that fast. I don't know about you guys. I feel
Just
like
watch out for the seatbelt. That's all I can tell you. You jump out of a
jump
car.
out with the seatbelt
Jump out of a
still
car.
on.
No. Just don't make sure the seatbelt don't grab your ankle.
Oh,
That's all I'm gonna say.
girl, you gotta be like an Sister Act, tuck and roll.
Exactly.
Roll.
My grandmother was good at tuck and roll. That's all. That's all I'm gonna say about that too. How about you? Never had any? I mean,
Like
kind
I've
of-
only had like I've never been in an actual. Well, when I was younger, I was in an actual full-on fist fight, and I kind of put his head through a windshield. But
Kind of.
other than that, like it was like just being bullied in middle school and whatnot.
Oh.
So you know, I was provoked, and you know, don't fuck with me. And so I've never ever actually really been in a fight. I've stopped fights.
So were you Jamie
No.
in middle school? Or
No,
high
I
school?
wasn't. I didn't transition until I turned 25.
Mhm.
That's when I started my transition and all of that.
Did you know you were Jamie though in middle school or high school?
Well, the crazy thing about that is that like, I always knew, like ever since I was like 5 years old, my sisters dressed me up for Halloween as a girl, and like I went around trick or treating, and everybody was like, "What are you?" I'm like, "I'm a girl," and so like ever since then, like I've always known. But it wasn't until like I was in high school and I started watching Jerry Springer and stuff like that. So you would see like all these like trannies fighting, but they were mostly just drag queens,
Yeah.
you know? So I thought, oh well, that's not possible. It's just drag queen. So then I started doing drag when I turned 21, and then I moved to LA for school, and that's when I met my first transsexual. And she was the one that kind of schooled me and taught me that hey, it is possible. And from there, the internet was a major
That's
help.
probably. I mean,
Where'd you live before?
I grew up here in San Diego.
Oh, okay.
Born and raised. Grew up from Poway. Graduated from Poway High.
Did you? What Titans?
Titans. Did you?
Yeah.
No way. What year?
06.
2002.
Aw,
I'm older than you.
reunion.
God damn it.
What'd you say?
I'm older than you.
Oh,
That's the year my
They
sister.
graduated
My
in
sister
like
graduated
06 and
2002, but
I was
2002.
president of the GSA and president of like, girl. I was.
My sister went to Poway High for 2 years because like my dad and her mom took her out of Fallbrook because she was like screwing up too much, but then she was allowed to go back for her senior year. But she was in your grade. That's funny.
What's her name?
Nicolette Birchall.
oh.
Nikki
Long
Birchall.
lost
Or no,
connection?
sorry, it was
I don't
Santillan
think
back
so.
then. It's Birchall now.
Let's look it up.
So we're now approaching. I can't believe this. We have another Santa Ana. It's going to be really
I
warm.
hate it.
It's unseasonably warm. That's why I'm in a tank top tonight because
That's why my
it feels
hair
really
is up.
nice. But I'm surprised there's no events coming up with. I mean, now that we have this nice weather, we have Manic Monday still on Mondays.
Yeah, every Monday, 80s and 90s music, $2 wells, still everything like that. I mean, Memorial Day's coming up, but then other than that, I mean, just getting ready for Pride, really.
Yeah, Pride's only around the corner and
Yeah.
all that. But all your events are listed on. I'm sorry, the website is
It's the brassrailsd.com.
SD.com. Okay, good. And for those who want to catch all our previous episodes, we're on HSSS dot TV. Oh gosh, it's not they said on there, right? No, you find us through there, but it's been
And
a
also
pretty
our
good.
Facebook updates, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
all
yeah,
over
yeah.
Facebook.
We had to put down the Beyonce. Well, that's already on our wall. I put that today, so you can know what we're talking about with the whole.
The fighting and
I'm
the
waiting till they
elevator
put some
fight.
noise in there, because you know someone's gonna put that up there with some kind of karate noise going on in the back end.
or Mad Lib, or what do they call it? The Mad Lib, Ad Lib.
Ad-lib.
Yeah.
And then by the time we come back next week for the next showing, we will be on the big reveal for RuPaul. So, for people who have done the sacrilegious act of not watching the show, tonight you can watch because there is
Do the recap.
the whole recap, and we have everyone saying that Beyonce should be crowned, which is probably what they're going to be saying.
Bianca.
Yeah,
You
who
said
was it?
Beyonce.
Oh, Beyonce. I'm sorry. Is it Bae or Bianca? Whatever. We'll know next week. So this is going to be a great episode coming up. So catch us back next week when we go through all that. Check out the Brasswell on our website to see what we got.
And find me at Harvey's.
Find Jamie at Harvey Milk. So thanks to Anna and Jamie for visiting us this week. Me and Dustin greatly appreciate it. We're so happy to have you. We love your talk. And until next week, They Said is out and proud.
Ciao.